This is a banjo. It is a 5-stringed instrument. 1, 2, 4. The traditional wooden fretboard going up to essentially a drum. There is a string, or rather a membrane stretched over a frame rather than a wooden body here. So this is a drum. And then you've got your piece down here where all the strings go, which is kind of cool. Banjo's different from the guitar, of course, because of the fact that it has a different number of strings, it has a different kind of body. One of the strings, actually, the 5th string, the highest string, begins a few frets down on the left. And as you see, the neck comes out here, and it's kind of neat. There's a lot of history to it. There are Afro-Cuban roots to this instrument, and I like it a lot. I was introduced to the banjo as part of jazz music, specifically ragtime and Dixieland, which I still like a lot, but which I cannot play. This particular instrument is a remo, which is basically, you know, the least expensive, but the best quality of the least expensive brands you can get for learning. I bought it actually for my partner, who wanted to learn it and didn't. And I thought, hey, let's give it a shot. And I'm glad that I did. Let's see here. What is it about it? I wanted to talk to you really not just about the banjo, but about learning how to do things overall. It's easy to buy something, to buy a camera, or to buy an instrument, or to buy a set of paintbrushes and an easel, and just say, I'm going to learn how to do that. And you buy yourself the best of the line because you want to learn on the best. And in my experience, that never comes to pass. And I know that for me, the reason is that it's rather daunting. When you buy the finest that's available, typically that has the most options, the most complex series of settings. It takes the most knowledge to figure out how to use the different settings, the most background in how to use them for the best outcome. And it's just sort of a bad idea. And to my mind, and again, this is just a life lesson from me, I prefer to start with the best basic version of something that I can possibly get, and use it until I know it backwards and forwards, till I can make any sound come out of this instrument that I want, until I know every single square inch or centimeter of this instrument like my own body, until I know that camera and I can make any image that I can imagine come out of it. That's my philosophy. And then once I have it completely internalized, then I feel like it's okay to go on to the next step. Because at that point, you have so much already up your sleeve that when you're provided the next set of tools, you're able to, you're already well ahead of yourself. Now, again, that is opinion. But on that note, one of the differences between a banjo and a guitar is that with the guitar, the strings, excuse me, are an intuitive, excuse me, laid out intuitively from low to high or high to low, depending on, you know, the orientation of how you're playing it. With a banjo, you have the highest note up here at the top here, and then the lowest note is next. That is because of the way that you pick it. I have learned to pick it using rolls, which is when you use picks on 3 fingers, generally a plastic pick on the thumb, metal picks on your index and middle fingers. So it looks pretty cool. For instance, and it's tough to make myself, to bring myself up to the right level here. Let me see if I can bring my knee up here so you can see this. Here's a very basic roll with no fingering whatsoever. Oops, and I'm fingering by mistake. It's really simple. Doing it slowly is hard at this point. Not doing it very loudly is hard right now too, because I've got my kid in the next room watching TV and I don't want to bother her. Making the chords a little different than on a guitar, obviously, and a little different from a ukulele too, which has only 4 strings. We have 4 strings at the top, we have 5 as we go down. So keep that in mind. But I'm not really teaching you how to play the banjo. I'm teaching you how to learn to play something. So again, sure, you want to learn to do the stuff like your rolls. Here's something I'm doing that you're not going to see usually. I like to strum with my thumb, and then use my fingers as a percussion instrument. So I've already got a chords made up by tuning the strings. So I'm doing that as someone who just doesn't know what they're doing and doing that as someone who knows their instrument is that I can replicate that. I know exactly what I was doing. I planned how it went, and I can do it over and over and over again if I want. Whether anybody else would want that is a question. Anyway, I'm running out of time, and I think this is going to end recording very shortly, but that's a little something. I might re-record this, but little life lesson from your friendly neighborhood cult leader. Eat a lot of cookies, be nice to other people.